Keep the shield up, you idiot. If you hold it like that, you're going to have to pick your guts out. What a bunch of goods for nothings. Huh? And what about you? Have you learned enough and you don't need to train anymore? Whoa, well. We have a tough guy among us. You are one of those who arrived today, aren't you? Yeah, I knew it. An idiot with any sense wouldn't talk to the ludus champion in such a way. Though, with that face, you can be as tough as you want. But hey, don't be surprised if I bite back. You are not the first to come in here thinking you are a tough guy for having kicked a couple of Roman asses. And you are also not the first one to blush when I say something like that. And I'll be honest, I love it when you guys blush. Well, now that you seem more relaxed, where do you come from, pretty face? Germania. Wow, you're lucky. Around here, the weather is usually quite pleasant. It's appreciated, even if we are locked up in this dunghill. Me? Well, you don't know anything. Do you know what they call me? Meh. And I thought I was already famous all over the empire. They call me the Hispanic, and not exactly because I come from Egypt. Oh, come on. We Hispanics are very famous for many things. Hot-blooded, very expressive, strong-willed, good lovers. I think someone is not very used to being flirted with. Yeah, I'm referring to you. And I find it strange. You're handsome. You are in good shape. I wouldn't have been surprised if some horny centurion would have wanted you as a pet. Well, that's normal for them. They think they are the kings of the world. You don't seem to like them much either. What did they do to you? If I may ask. I see. Unfortunately, that's the norm around here, with the exception of a couple. The rest of us are prisoners of war, warriors of enemies of the empire, peasants, artisans, all lucky enough to survive the encounter with Rome, but unlucky enough to be able to fight in their circuses. But here you are not alone. Now the people of the ludus are your family. We all share the same destiny, and we will support each other to achieve the glory in the arena. We are lucky that our owner is possibly one of the few decent Romans left, but he is still our owner after all. It's better to keep that in mind. Nah, you don't have to worry too much about that. Our lanista just wants to have a name and honor the games. That's all. He just wants to fatten his ego. That's why it's important to please his desires and train hard. Being good in the arena allows you to stay alive and also allows you to have some comforts. Like what? Good food, the best wines, good company, favors, a comfortable bed. If you want, we can share some of those privileges tonight, maybe. Oh, come on, don't get tough with me. Everyone would want to spend a night with Pola's champion. I may not be Spartacus, but I've got my charm too. Besides, I'd sure like to spend a night of passion with you. Be careful, pretty face. Don't drool. Why am I interested in you? Everyone here looks wild, but you seem to have common sense, which here, unfortunately, is the least common of the senses. And well, the fact that you didn't know I was the champion and didn't pay attention to that, that's something that adds up to quite a lot. Why? having fans is good. It gives you a lot of privileges, but it gets boring and everyone expects the best from you. I don't want to be here forever. I don't like to be part of the show. I would love to have my own home, and my only concern would be to plant roses or daisies in springtime. Yeah, I'm more of a rose person. How long before I'm free? 4 fights, and it will all be over. Or at least I hope so. You know, the greater your fame is, the more difficult the opponents are. And no ludus likes to lose its champion. And how about you? What would you do with your freedom? Yeah, I've been told it's a very nice area, very quiet. You know what? I'll help you train. I'll teach you everything I know so you can get your freedom. But in return, you will let me go with you, and you will admit that you like me. You can't fool anyone. You've been eating me with your eyes since I show up. I'm not blind, but you can keep doing it. I won't complain. Come on, get up. Let's not waste time. You've got a lot to learn.